Alrighty, kiddos. So today we're going to be starting lesson 18.2 or lesson 18 and 2/10. Protecting your credit. The state of Texas expects y'all to be able to explain why it is important to establish a positive credit history. Alright, establishing credit history. Your credit history includes information about how well you manage your money and pay your bills. To build a positive credit history, you must first obtain a small loan or begin buying on credit. Then you must make regular payments to repay your debt. Banks and other lenders use this information to decide whether they should loan you money for large purchases. Landlords use credit history to decide whether or not to rent an apartment or house to you. Then it gives us an example here. Raphael's older brother has applied for a bank loan to buy a jet ski. Each statement below tells something about the brother's credit history. Decide whether the bank would regard each statement as a positive or negative factor in deciding whether to approve the loan application. All right, kiddos, I guess before we progress, credit history just basically is kind of like a file on you, like how dependable you are, so to say. So this is what like a lot of times like banks of course use this. Credit card companies use this. Even like those furniture rental centers use this. A lot of places use this nowadays. All right, so let's look at letter A. They're telling us that pays credit card balance monthly and on time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if somebody's paying it every month, because that's usually the frequency that you have to make your payments, then that right there would be considered a positive. That would be positive because that's something good that he's doing. What about letter B? Recently lost his job and is looking for work. That right there, I know sometimes we, they get laid off or, like let's say right now what's going on. But unfortunately, in the bank's eyes or in credit card company's eyes, if somebody doesn't have a job, how are they going to pay their monthly statements? They might still let them, get a credit card or a small loan, but they're going to be more hesitant to do so. So that right there, ladies and gentlemen, would be negative. What about letter C? Is currently repaying student loans and a loan to start a business. Well, ladies and gentlemen, of course, that right there is positive because he's still paying, or he has been paying his student loans, and also a loan to start a business. So he's doing good there. What about the last one, letter D? Answered all questions on the application honestly, even those that reflected poorly on his past credit history. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, gosh, this questions. Anyways, um, sometimes you can't lie. Like on the applications, they're gonna ask you, okay, have you ever been late or this and that, and you have to answer it truthfully because nowadays, with everything being so, I guess, connected, it's like they can verify your information immediately. Like when I was trying to buy my house, like literally, I mean, I ran my credit and I had answers within about minutes, like, or I guess they gave me like ideas, but then I had like a sure answer as soon as I found the house. But everything now, ladies and gentlemen, is kind of, I don't want to say instant, but kind of immediate. So this right here, ladies and gentlemen, although he was honest, that would be viewed as negative. And here, let's see the book suggestions. Yeah. Oh, the last one was positive. Interesting. But it is positive, but honestly, I don't know if the bank's like, I mean, if you say that you've, yeah, so that's, yeah. But anyways, but this is really important because establishing a credit history, this is something that's like very important as a judge in a lot of cases. But I mean, I know it might not sound fair, like, oh, you know what, but we all make mistakes, what we do, but it's unfortunate when it comes to money. That's like a totally different level there. Like the last one, I mean, if even if you were honest to the bank, I mean, yeah, which they appreciate that. But like if you've been, let's say, you've just been trying to find that good job. So let's say this last year you've already had like 3 or 4 jobs, or maybe five. The bank's gonna see like, oh, I don't know. This person's like they still haven't found their job. So, but from a bank's point of view, they might see it as can we trust this individual to make payments every month or every so often. So yeah. Next, credit reports. Credit reports are compiled by agencies to help lenders decide whether or not to loan money to consumers. A credit report includes a person's credit history, as well as a person's information, employment, background, and income. Sort the following information about Christina into the table. So here we have some information about Christina. She lives at 4316 Woodland Road in Yellowstone, Texas. Her credit card has a 19.95 annual interest rate. She currently has a balance of $1,956 on her credit card. Her social security number. Anyways, they give us all that information. Now, on the credit report, it's broken up into different sections, which in this case, ladies and gents, employment, like information such as job history and income. Personal info, such as her social security, current address, and bank accounts. And her credit history. Information involving credit cards, including payments and balances. So like loans and just different things, okay? So let's look through this here. Let's look at the She lives in Woodland, Indiana. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, what do y'all think that would be? That would be considered, let me know this here, the address. So right here, that would be, how can I put this here? I guess her address. That is considered personal information. Alrighty, next. Her credit card has a 19.95 annual interest rate. What do y'all think that would be considered? That would be part of the history, the credit history, ladies and gentlemen. So let's put 19.95 interest rate. She currently has a balance of $1,956 on her credit card. That would also be considered credit history. Okay. And this is like the rest of the information, ladies and gentlemen. So this is just like what they would what would be I guess how it would be distributed, what they told us there. So remember guys, it's either employment, personal info, credit history. And nowadays it's even more detailed. The next one. Jason made several late payments on his credit card 4 years ago. What effect does that have on his credit report now? Explain. Well, ladies and gentlemen, even though those payments were made, he made them late 4 years ago, that type of information is considered negative information, and that lasts on your credit report at least 7 years. So, which means if that was 4 years ago, Ian still has three more years with that on his credit report, which is going to bring down his score. Because your credit report, like I think it's from a 300 or 350 to like an 800 or something. And yeah, just unfortunately, sometimes to some places you're just the number. If you're gonna apply for a house, you're not so and so. You're a 480. You're a 720, a 650, and that's how they're gonna make the decision if they're gonna approve the loan or not. Next, how credit reports are used. The information in your credit report is used to calculate a credit score, which is what I was just telling you. A good credit history will give you a high credit score. Late payments, high credit card balances, or owing a lot of money are likely to result in a low credit score. Lenders use credit scores to decide whether to give you a loan or a credit card. Your credit score can also affect the interest rate you have to pay for a loan or a credit card. Example, credit histories for Dina and Ariel are given below. One received a credit score of 760, which is considered an excellent credit score by most lenders. The other received a credit score of 590, which is considered a poor credit score by many lenders. Match the person with the score. And here, ladies and gentlemen, step one, or they give us the information on Dina and on Ariel, but let's go through the different steps here. Compare monthly debt with monthly income. And here they just kind of give you like how it's broken down, how it gives you an idea how they came up with those credit scores. You know how one of them has a 760 and the other one has a 590. Remember, so the higher the interest, the higher the debt, the lower the score. So if we compare like the information they're giving us here, we can actually determine whose is whose. Was it Ariel or was it Dina that had the better credit score, the not so good credit score. So y'all can just look through different steps and just see how they came up with that determination, with Ariel being the one with the 760 and Dina with the 590. Reflect. Which of the two women would be more likely to get a car loan? Well, ladies and gentlemen, of course, when it comes, I guess, to a car, depending on how much, in this case, it would be Ariel. Although I can't say that Dina would not be able to, but it would be harder for Dina to get credit score. She'd probably have to ask somebody to help her out, like as a co-signer, which means that somebody else puts their credit on the line for you. They're gonna sign the word if okay, if Dina doesn't pay, I'll pay. And yeah. Okay. Now your turn. Match the credit score with Alright, you guys, I did give us some examples on how they came up with that determination. Go ahead, try it. You guys will be putting your answers in on the following. Oh, I pretty noticed that right here, ladies and gents. What this means is that on question number 4, they don't have a credit card balance. They've already paid the balance in full. However, they only do have I guess their only expenses are monthly student loan payments. So that might keep that will help you in making the determination who has a 760 and who has a 600. Alrighty. This is what y'all should have had. Okay. Podcast for time it. I'd like you to go ahead and work on 1, 2, and 3. Well, 1 through 5, please, may I say? And back here, mm, 6 through 8. All right, kiddos. Good luck.